Thank you, Madam President, and just another note of appreciation for your efforts to shepherd us through this extremely challenging budget process, and to Cecily Thorne and your whole team, as well as Craig Howard and our exceptional council staff. Really appreciate all of the relentless work, the sleepless nights, the ongoing calls that you get from us in the early morning hours and the late night hours. It is deeply appreciated by all of us. Thanks to my team as well, to Cindy, Matt, Warren, Angela, and Andrew for helping me navigate through this budget process. No budget is easy. This one certainly wasn't, but we have an exceptional group of public servants here at the County Council that all of us are so grateful to work with every day, in a time when public service is under assault, when those who choose to work in the public sector are under attack. I hope that everybody who chooses this line of work understands how much we appreciate you here at the Montgomery Council and in Montgomery County. Today's budget action represents a big win for affordability. Together, we fought back against both a property tax and a retroactive income tax, which would have made Montgomery County less affordable and less competitive. Under your leadership, Council President Stewart, we found a path forward to fund our schools without adding unnecessary financial burdens on a community already struggling. Faced with unprecedented challenges for our county, community, and region, this body was tested. Yet your thoughtful, collaborative, and dedicated leadership rose to the occasion, helping us to balance fiscal stewardship with the many competing and important priorities that we share. We avoided piling on more costs when our community can least afford it. By roundly rejecting massive fee increases for condos and co-ops, dramatically reducing proposed fees for rental housing, and significantly lowering the proposed fees for solid waste. With free ride-on bus service, ongoing support for our recreation centers and libraries, and a concerted effort to restore devastating cuts to our beloved parks, we will continue to provide free and accessible services to residents when they are needed more than ever before. With funding to support displaced federal workers through Mobilize Montgomery and continued unwavering partnership with our nonprofit service providers, we are prepared to meet the needs of this moment and the extraordinary challenges that lie ahead, while continuing to ensure sufficient reserves to weather the storm and prepare for the looming fiscal and economic challenges that will come in the months and the years ahead. With strategic investments like the Collective Impact Institute at Montgomery College, we will continue to prepare for the future, despite the myriad of unknowns before us, recognizing that it is only through public, private, and nonprofit partnership that we will be able to truly capitalize on our community's unrivaled talent to ensure that Montgomery County's best days lie ahead. Speaking of affordability, this council continued to make major progress on housing, with nearly $130 million committed to the Housing Initiative Fund to build and preserve affordable housing, in addition to the $50 million nonprofit preservation fund that we completed last year, and the nationally acclaimed $100 million Housing Production Fund, which we are now in a position to expand, as we have been talking about for years. Especially with the federal government abandoning green energy tax credits and clean energy financing, I was deeply disappointed with the county executive's recommended reduction to the Montgomery County Green Bank's annual appropriation that was set forth in the Montgomery County Green Buildings Now Act that I co-authored. I appreciate that this council stepped up and that we restored nearly $1.15 million in funding so the Green Bank can continue to be a catalyst for sustainable investment, helping us to build a greener community without adding insurmountable costs on our residents, our businesses, and our nonprofits. Lastly, I continue to be deeply proud that Montgomery County is a place where our community can learn, worship, and gather safely and securely, with the $1.2 million in funding for our nonprofit security grant program. From the outset of this budget process, I have made abundantly clear that I would not entertain tax increases when our families and our businesses are struggling, and when many have lost their jobs and their livelihoods. Our future is brighter if we keep affordability for our families at the forefront of our decisions, by reducing housing costs, doubling down on economic growth to fund our community's priorities, and by being more effective and efficient with the tax dollars we already have. This budget is by no means perfect, It will not address every challenge, and it will not inoculate us from difficult choices that lie ahead. It represents carefully crafted compromise forged by Council President Stewart and reflects this body's consensus in a challenging moment. This budget meets our responsibility to fund schools, public safety, transportation, parks, and libraries without adding additional unnecessary cost burdens. Thank you to all the residents, businesses, and community stakeholders who have weighed in throughout this process. The work of keeping Montgomery County affordable as we support our shared priorities will continue to be the challenge of our times. Through collaboration and partnership, I am confident we can meet that responsibility in this difficult moment and in the months and the years ahead. Thank you again, Madam President, for all of your leadership, and thank you to all colleagues for the consensus that we're reaching today.